Waiting for all day. Start making your way back to the celebrity chef stage. The man is here. I could not do justice to what Eddie Deen has done in his storied career and the stories he can tell. So all you need to know is you're not going to leave here hungry because he's here. How about a warm ZestFest welcome for the man, Eddie Deen.
Hello, everybody. Can y'all hear me? Erica, can you hear me? Oh, good. All right. Hey, I want to thank everybody, Greg Bagarosa, for inviting us back to the ZestFest. It's one of my favorite things to do in the whole world, along with feeding 17,000 people last Tuesday for the inaugural ball. Yeah, appreciate that.
Were you there? Can you hear me? Oh.
Well, yeah.
You're welcome then.
We had 70 lines set up. We got everybody through the lines in 30 minutes. It was interesting that the University of Texas band was lined up right at first. You probably had 500 people in about 60 seconds. They all just went through a buffet line and got fed.
It's like a vacuum.
Vacuum just right through the lines. So I told them it took an Aggie to figure all this out to feed all these tea sippers in 60 seconds. Anyway, today I'm always glad to be here because what we do is present ribs seasoning that some of the vendors here has to offer. And so what we do is bring out some ribs and introduce the vendor, and what their objective is to talk about their product and pass their product out to whoever's there available that wants to try their product. You guys cool with that? Usually we got about 6,000 people right here. This is the first time I think I've ever remembered when I only got 10.
We got a rib per person.
I'm not accustomed to this.
We have a rack per person, I think, right now.
It was interesting. The Monday week before the inaugural, we fed 6,000 people at the college football playoffs. And of course, 8 days later, we got 17,000 people to feed in Austin, Texas.
You know, the odds on that Monday were against Ohio until the media found out they were eating our barbecue first, and then y'all saw what happened.
So today we want to talk about Geno's food-friendly sauce. Booth number 204 is Geno's here.
Geno's, you out there?
Is Geno here to talk about his product? So if somebody can grab 204 Geno's. You got it ready?
Almost. I'm looking for it.
Say it again. Yeah, we're trying to help Geno out. Is Geno here? Booth number 204. There he comes. I'll see him in the back. Y'all got to start clapping. Here he comes all the way from the back. He's at the 20. He's at the 30.
There he comes.
There he comes. You can meet him halfway, and he can talk.
We're going to get him an oxygen tent there, Mr. Deen. All right, Geno, tell us about your sauce.
Well, thank you very much. My name is Geno, and in 1985, I set out to create a sauce that let me taste my food versus masking the flavor of your food. There's no aftertaste. It's very unique. It's very different. I actually call it Geno's a distinct savory sauce. So if you haven't tried it, we're at 204. Hope you come by and try it. You'll taste your chicken, your beef, your pork. You can mix it with rice, meatloaf. Very different. Thank you.
Picture of that.
All right, thank you, Geno.
Is there a picture of the rib right there?
Right here's the camera.
We got it, Mr. Deen. That looks
got it?
fantastic.
All right, Geno, you can't leave yet because you got to pass these ribs out to your best friends up there.
What we like to do is we like to involve the booths so we get to talk less. So it makes it easier on us. Where are you from, Geno?
Where am I from? San Diego.
San Diego.
Yeah. What's up with that?
Yeah. How'd you end up out here?
What's that?
How'd you end up out here?
we've come to the show before.
Okay, cool.
Absolutely, yeah. We've won a few awards.
Won a few awards.
Oh, there you go. Right there.
Gino will bring out his ribs, compliments of Mr. Dean. Just
So anybody want a Gino rib, you got to start hollering.
and we've got plenty of ribs. Don't think you're getting
Got it?
Yeah.
the short shift here. You might get a short shift on Gino's. They're going to go quick, but there's plenty more ribs where that came from.
I hope everybody brought a beach towel to wipe their hands with.
All right, guys. Our number 2 today is
Number 3.
number 3. Number 2 is tomorrow. We've got
James?
Georgia sweet peppers.
What James did, gave me a whole bottle of juice without the jalapenos, and that's what we did. We rubbed it all in his brown sugary cowboy candy jalapenos.
Ooh, that's
He's right behind you.
Okay. James, tell us about your product.
How you doing? My name is James, and I started this about 2010. I got tired of trying to find candied jalapenos at the store that just didn't taste good. So I came up with my own. And since then, we have numerous flavors. Brown sugar is our best seller, of course. We also have a candied habanero, which we tried this year. That's become a very good hit. It's an honor to have Mr. Dean cook ribs with our glaze, and I appreciate it very much.
All right.
Thank you, James. You can head up there. Mr. Dean and Brown will give you your bowl of ribs.
We got a little bar double out there. Little bar double R. Y'all out there? Where you at, little
Raise
bar
your
double
There
R?
we go. Victoria?
Hey, Mr. Dean, thank you so much for cooking ribs for us tonight with Little Bar Double R Campfire Seasoning. This comes from the mountains of Jackson Hole, Wyoming, and a hunting camp that our father, Roger Parrott, had for many years, and we brought his recipes here to ZestFest. Last year we won with the barbecue sauce for people's preference, and today we're so glad that you're cooking with Little Bar Double R Campfire Seasoning. Thank you very much.
It's been my pleasure.
You can head up there, Victoria. They'll give you a box of ribs to hand out.
Has anybody got any questions about the inaugural of the day? Anybody, any curiosity out there floating around?
Who ate the most, Mr. Dean? Did you happen to notice? Well, that guy's going back for the 4th time.
Thank you. Thank you. I see you got a good helper. What we got, Brent?
We got Chillit Pin. I'm gonna need help with this one. King. Y'all out there?
Hey,
Chili?
Ricky. Where's Ricky at? There he is.
Ricky, here we go. Tell us about your product.
Well, we started farming down in Central Texas, and we've started growing the chili tapines. And now we've moved over into harvesting the peppers and making our jelly product and using it as a meat glaze as well as a condiment in other ways.
Chili tapine?
Chili tapine.
Am I saying it right?
Yes, sir. Chili tapine, the official native pepper of the state of Texas.
All right.
And we appreciate y'all using our jelly and with your ribs. We appreciate it a whole lot.
They sure are
appreciate
pretty. You got a camera on that?
Yes, sir.
Is this Hero 4 right here? Is this where it's showing up at?
Yes, sir. We can see that. That's gorgeous.
Anybody got any questions about the inauguration of the day we took care of?
I do.
What's your question?
What was the menu?
We had 4 tons of brisket, 1,500 pounds pulled pork butt, 2,500 pounds of chicken breast.
Okay.
We had a mile of kielbasa jalapeno sausage. The way we fed everybody, we lined all 17,000 people and we marched right down that mile of that sausage. That's how we did it. There you go. There's some napkins up here, or anybody needs a napkin.
How many vehicles did we drive down there to get that done?
Well, we're still trying to collect them, bring them back.
How many smokers?
We had 7 smokers. We rigged up a gooseneck trailer. Anybody who saw the smokers outside, we rigged that up. That was mostly for show. The media went kind of crazy about everything we were doing. Probably did 20 different TV interviews. I was more popular than the governor on that day. It's funny that I'm the only one available to do an interview. You know, this is the governor's day, and he's not available other than his inauguration. So, also we had a documentary doing a show. We're doing a show about what we're doing in education. We had 54 inner city school kids working, and also I teach in homeless shelters, and I had 25 guys from my class from the shelter. So there's at least 5 different cameras constantly following our team, kind of capturing the essence of the party and what the kids were doing and what the guys were working. Our whole program is all about teaching people how to feel lovable. What we figured out, if you feel lovable, you want to be a benefit to other people. And so that's how we go about things. We teach people how to go back and change adverse childhood experience. And instead of thinking that everybody exists for your benefit, they start thinking that everybody exists to be beneficial too. And so that's how we kind of do what we do. Otherwise, it'd be nearly impossible if you don't have a lot of people that's focused on being a benefit. And so what we call the person who's focused on being a benefit is a cutting horse. And so we had at least about 175 cutting horses making this thing happen. Versus if I couldn't work with a lot of trail horses. Trail horses would come up and say, "Hey, Eddie, Mr. Dean, what do you got to do? What are we supposed to do? What do we do next?" And that's nearly impossible to accomplish your goal if everybody's asking you what to do. So the key is that everybody has to know what they got to do to set the stage for the customer to construct a great experience. So that's how we go about setting the stage. We got to have a bunch of cutting horses.
Denise, how's that rib? Yeah, right there. Raise your hand.
Raise the rib, Denise.
Erica, pick her up.
Who do you have here? We got to be talking about somebody's rib.
We got frog bone Cajun sauce.
Where is?
All right, Froggy, here we go.
You got him over there?
Coming your way. Tell us about it.
All right, all about it here in Texas. Frog-bone Cajun sauces from Madisonville, Louisiana. And Mr. Dean, it's a nice pleasure for you to have our sauces here on your good cooking ribs there from down south. What you have today is a Bayou barbecue sauce, and I did give you some strawberry apple habanero ghost pepper preserve, and you mixed them together as a glaze on that rib right there. And we're from 3 years. We've been doing this, and we're newcomers and all, and like I said, it's been fun, and that's it right there, the Bayou barbecue. Sweet with a little heat.
We use this, and he's got a jelly preserve, right?
Yes, sir, that's what you have.
So what we do is mix it together, and I put his preserves on about at least twice.
Yeah.
So come up here and you find some friends, here's some ribs.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Froggy.
That's the bad thing about us doing this is we literally have to watch these ribs leave without even trying one. Every time.
One of these days, we're going to just cut off the end rib and eat right in front of you.
All right, next we got Mike's all-purpose seasoning. Mike's done this a couple times with us. You around here, Mike?
Mike.
Here you go.
Mike's all-purpose.
Where's Mike at?
There he is. Mike?
Here
Here he comes.
he comes. He's at the 50-yard line, is he?
He's been working, Mr. Dean. Mike, tell us about it.
But Mike's all-purpose seasoning?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Mike's all-purpose seasoning is a special 17 herbs and spices where we give you more flavor, less salt, letting you live a lot longer and enjoy your loved ones in life. And it's all gluten-free, no MSG. At Mike's, we don't make the food, we just make the food taste better.
We make the food.
Thanks, Mike. You can head up there. They'll give you the ribs.
Come on, Mike. How many times have you done this with us now?
4 years.
4 years. 4 years doing this with us.
You eat some of Mike's seasoning, your biological system works a lot better. Is that right, Mike? You live longer?
You live longer on Mike's rub.
Oh, yeah. At least these ribs here at least add 10 years to your life.
Okay. We got, where's Amber?
Hamburger jalapeno rub. Raise your hand. Can you?
Hamburgers.
Are they here?
Hamburger, you out there?
Hamburger.
Hamburger
Jalapeno rub.
Number 232, booth 232.
Hey guys, remember these vendors are out there. Y'all go visit them.
Booth 232, hamburger.
Did you bring our rub up here?
Is that you? Here you go.
All right, I'm on my way, Mr. Dean. Hang on a minute.
Well, what we want you to do is
Young as
talk
I
about
used
how
to be.
great your product is. Share.
Here we go. Here's the mic. Have at it. Tell us about it.
Hi. Well, I'm with K. John's Fiery Foods, and my name is Amber. We've got hamburger jalapeno rub, which has onion and jalapenos, and it's just a really good all-around seasoning. You can use it before you cook your food as a marinade. Sorry, I get nervous. Or you can sprinkle it on after your food is cooked. It's really good on corn on the cob, grilled vegetables, that kind of thing. So I don't do public speaking, sorry.
She did a great job, don't you think?
Thank you. I hope you'll try it.
All right, Amber, they'll give you that.
Come up here. We're going to give you these ribs.
All right, is the cameras on? We good up here?
Yeah.
There.
This is our
Go there and
rub.
start serving. Those guys there are waiting on you.
My dad had one responsibility, and it was to make sure that our rub got up to stage to show y'all, and it's not here, so we'll have to talk about this later.
It looks fantastic as always.
All right, guys, we're going to do ours a little different because we have experience with ours rather than just today. But
Did you put a little honey on it?
we put a honey glaze on it at the end. We smoke with hickory. Anybody got any questions about ribs in particular? What's your question?
Hang on, I'm on my way over there.
You raise your hand.
Did you have a question?
He's got.
I think he went to his eyes after he tasted the rib. That's all. Never do that.
Don't wipe your face anymore. All right, we use hickory. We smoke them for about 4 hours around 225 degrees. We finish ours in a honey glaze, but we put our rub in the brown sugar. We have some cayenne, some salt, some pepper, sugar. So we try to touch all areas of the taste bud, from salt to sweet to spice.
So the objective is, what we try to do is take you on a vacation, but 2 different places at the same time, a little hot, a little cayenne, a little sweet. So what happens when you eat a product, your tongue's got chemoreceptors in the tongue that picks up the data, runs it through the somatosensory cortex and through the central nervous system. So what the brain does is takes all these sensory inputs and creates a model. So what we do is at the shelter is we teach people how the brain works, and we teach them how to find the owner of the brain, and we teach them how to rewire the brain. So right now, when we bring our ribs down, you're not going to be reacting to the ribs. You're going to be reacting to the endorphins.
Dominic.
Neurological representation.
Ace, come here.
Dominic's going to be our youngest server. Where are you going? You got to get up here and help serve.
He had to give his mom his bone.
All right, boys.
All right, guys, don't drop them.
Y'all get your picture. Don't
See that
fall off
line
the
right
stage.
there? They will not be happy if y'all drop them.
There you go. Ace, get close. All right. Where are you going? Watch where you going.
Ace, help him. Talk to him. Work as a team.
Walk him down. All right.
There you go. Hold the plates, Ace.
So there's about 21 ribs there, 22 ribs there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think everybody in line is gonna get a rib.
I think so.
All right. Anybody got any questions about rib cooking or smoking or
Neurological
Parties.
representations.
Addiction.
Let me head up there with the mic.
Go ahead.
Yes, sir.
At home, should you put them in the oven for a specific period of time afterwards?
What are you smoking on? Let me ask that question first.
I actually use just a regular smoker.
Just a regular indirect heat? Well, what I like to do there is, what we like to do is control all the elements. So we'll know exactly what brand of rib we buy. On our brisket, we know the kill date. All those different elements determine what your product end result's gonna be. So your best way in that situation, which critics would hate if it was a barbecue restaurant, is to control the elements through an oven at the end. So if you're using an indirect smoker, I'd give it probably an hour, hour and a half of smoke, depending on kind of the color, and those are the things we judge by. But I would push that smoke well into it and then finish in the oven. That way you can control all the elements.
These ribs here, we finished totally on the pit outside. And we'll be cooking a whole hog tomorrow and we'll finish it. So typically, if you're doing it at home and you're out there, chasing that fire for hours and hours, you just do what's most comfortable to you.
If it's a bunch of buddies out there and that's what y'all want to do, you can finish it. And if you want to, you can smoke it about the same, wrap it in foil, and finish it on your smoker if you'd like. But if you want kind of a controlled environment, then I'd go from the smoker to the pit. From the smoker to the oven.
The key, remember, when you season a product, what you want to do is take whoever your guest is, you're setting the stage for them to construct a great experience. So think of a magician. If a magician was here on stage and you ask the question, where's the magic at? The magician creates distractions. He doesn't create magic. So fundamentally, the audience constructs the magic. So if you're cooking or smoking, you got to be thinking about the customer's experience. They are the ones going to construct the magic. Your ribs is nothing but a distraction. Does that help you? So fundamentally, when you start smoking, what you got to think about the customer's perception, their interpretation, their story, their model. And so, that's the challenge. Like in Austin, if you got a responsibility to feed 17,000 people, what you're trying to do is control the model for 17,000 people. And so we were very adamant to not cut the brisket too early, not to cut the product too early, because if we cut it too early, then we're starting to create the wrong distraction, so to speak, wrong stage. So our job is to set the stage for the customer to construct the experience. We do not construct the experience for the customer. And so the objective is to always set the stage for the customer to construct that experience. Sam, you're not going to get a rib.
Hey, she gonna
That's the
make
last
it?
rack I got. Is it?
Did you make it?
Boy, Sam, you just sit there and just watch it all go by. Come on up here. I got it. Thank you, buddy. Any questions out there? You got that one rib? Save that for Sam. There you go. Sam, come up here and get one rib. We saved one up here. This is the Asperger jalapeno.
Hamburger.
Hamburger.
Sam came all the way from Louisiana just to come up to see this show. Where's my friend from New York? Is he around? He only comes to the show once a year to come see me.
Over there, Miss C.
There he is. Did you get a rib? All right, good. All right. Any questions you got for us? We're going to leave the stage. All right.
I think that's it.
Hey, I appreciate everybody for coming on out here.
Maybe one day, Brent will have to cater Mr. Dean's inauguration in the governor's mansion.
There you go.
Let's hope so. How about a big hand for the one and only, the man, Eddie Deen.
And Brent Dean.
Hey, absolutely, Brent, thank you. And don't forget, Mr. Dean's here all weekend. The big cookout tomorrow night after the doors are closed at ZestFest. Tickets available for that. It's going to be an Eddie Deen weekend here at ZestFest, and we're awfully glad that he's back with us this year.
We got you a hog leg.